state is tackling the challenge of water scarcity with a new capacity of 150 million litres per day from its water treatment plant in Zaria. For over 40 years, the people of this community have walked miles in search of potable water. For Governor El-Rufai, this water project is a dream come true.
For many years, one major problem residents of Zaria have had to contend with is water scarcity. This is a result of the collapse of the water treatment plant and transmission lines. In the past, residents of Zaria travel for long kilometers with buckets, water jerry cans, and ends up with a big struggle with water vendors at the flowing points. The Zaria water project was initiated in 2008 by the last administration at the cost of 15 billion naira. It was later reviewed by the El-Rufai administration to 24 billion naira due to an expansion of its design.
During our campaign for the 2015 general elections, we identified the completion of the Zaria water project as a priority, and we promised that we shall break the jinx. The Kaduna State government is highly committed to overcoming the acute water shortage through provision of new infrastructure requiring significant capital outlays over the next few years.
Instead of abandoning viable inherited projects, this government evaluates professionally their impact on the life of the citizenry and muster effort at ensuring their copious and timely completion.
For the Emir of Zazzau and residents of Zaria, the completion of the project is a dream come true.
We want to thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, for making our dream a reality. I want to thank him in particular for arranging this program, because our people will definitely benefit on this.
Beyond the broader goal of ensuring availability of water for domestic and industrial purposes for residents of Zaria and environs, the Kaduna State government is hoping that the water project will boost agriculture in 8 local government areas through irrigation.
The Nigerian police and the United States have been working together to arm officers with skills in fighting terrorism, especially in the Northeast. In the last 1 month, instructors from the United States of America have been teaching officers of the anti-bombing command in Lagos skills that will help them in the battlefield.
Some of these internally displaced persons across camps in Nigeria's northeast region, putting their belongings together in readiness to return to their homes. But there are challenges ahead, as settling into their communities may not be easy. There's still a relatively high level of insecurity and the issue of hidden landmines. Bearing in mind what lies ahead, these senior police officers, United States counter-terrorism experts, and police anti-bomb officers are here to share knowledge on ways of helping residents in the northeast region.
I assure you that all that the knowledge and skills acquired by specialists during the course will be disseminated in our future local training as well as our day-to-day activities and operations.
We domesticated this training by training you so that you can adopt the knowledge you have acquired and also impute the local content of it, and also synchronize that with what we call the Nigerian type of terrorism, which is the Boko Haram.
The regional security officer of the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria explains that the United States government is ready to assist Nigeria to end all forms of terror.
This training will save lives and hopefully promote even more goodwill in the future between the United States and Nigeria.
About 60 EOD officers drawn across police units in the country benefit from the 1-month explosive ordnance disposal mentorship designed to expose participants to current trends in rendering safety services to residents. And to meet the residents' expectations, the operations of these men in their place of deployment is necessary.
IDPs in Yobe State have been receiving attention from the National Commission for Refugees and the Northeast Regional Initiative. Both groups are distributing building materials and farming implements to aid the resettlement of the returnees.
With several infrastructure destroyed during the Boko Haram attacks in the northeast region of the country, residents have no choice but to start life all over again after their towns were liberated. And how can they meet up with the challenges before them? The federal government, through its National Commission for Refugees, is offering a helping hand. They're donating building materials and other items to the IDPs in Yobe State. While pledging more assistance to the less privileged, the Federal Commissioner calls on the State Committee for Resettlement of the IDPs to ensure those in dire need are considered first.
489 bags, nails, 2 inches, 389 cartons of slime nails.
The state government is thankful, but they are soliciting for more assistance.
We appreciate what the federal government is doing to us through your organization, and we will continue, like Oliver Twist, to request for more.
And in Gaydam local government area of the state, the Northeast Region Initiative is distributing irrigation implements to 200 farmers as part of measures to empower returning internally displaced persons.
We have called on them to properly utilize those equipment given to them in order to improve agricultural activities in the local government.
For the beneficiaries, the gestures will go a long way in their recovery process. We have been into this profession manually, but with the supply of these implements, it will greatly help us mechanically, and we will do more to help ourselves and the society at large.
We would like to use this opportunity also to call on those beneficiaries of these equipment to please put it to maximum use.
Since the defeat of Boko Haram by the military and peace gradually returning in the northeast, many government agencies have embarked on several empowerment programs aimed at alleviating the sufferings of the residents.
Residents of Mobi local government area in Adamawa State are lamenting the absence of the federal government in the rehabilitation of the communities destroyed by Boko Haram insurgents. The state government says the contractor hired by the federal government has abandoned the project, leaving it alone to shoulder the responsibilities. Our community report tonight looks at the issues affecting the communities in Mobi.
Etisola, now you're talking.
From above, the adjective that depicts Mobi local government area in Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria, would be peaceful. But the reality on ground, however, tells a different story. Destroyed buildings are reminders of a battered period of attacks by insurgents.
Terrible, because we have to run helter and skelter before it happens, and we have to run through Cameroon. Our people, especially those in the villages, are seriously affected by this. Some have lost a lot. Some have lost, especially both human and other resources, isn't it? So we are expecting a lot from government to alleviate their sufferings.
Thankfully, that tale is being rewritten, as a rehabilitation project is turning the town around. Roads, street lights, transportation in its simplest form. From all indications, the government is doing a good job. Except, the question on the lips of many is which government? According to the State Commissioner for Information, contrary to the belief that the federal government has played a huge role in the turnaround of the communities, the truth is far from it.
I give you an example. In Maiha, the cottage hospital was vandalized completely. Even the buildings were brought down. We had to rebuild the hospital, and upgrade it to a general hospital. That we have done with our resources. We have also, for emphasis, been able to rebuild more than 20 roads in Mobi. You have seen them. We have fixed street lights. So we believe that the federal government needs to give us some special intervention in appreciation of what we have done, and it's also to help us rebuild the lives of our people.
If that is what the metropolis is facing, then the luck of the rural communities may not be any better. In Pella community, the roads are not tarred, with some parts hit by erosion. Residents here are mostly farmers, but the problem is that they have little or nothing to show for their efforts on the farms, because the poor road network impedes the opportunity for trade with other communities.
Most of our commodities have been carried to the market. More especially, we don't have, without this road, there is no access to carry our commodity to the market.
Recovery is a process that takes time to happen. And residents of communities here can only hope that the government, at whatever level, live up to their word. Until then, they keep sowing, with the hope that their harvest will be one of the better future they have always dreamed of.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
The Africa Diaspora Forum in South Africa has concluded a month-long celebration of the continent with a huge carnival in Johannesburg. Flying the 54 flags of the continent's member states, the colorful event had the theme Building a Better Africa for All. Our Johannesburg Bureau Chief Betty Dibia has this report.
Never mind the war cries, it's only Africans celebrating Africa Day with a huge carnival in Yeoville, in Johannesburg CBD. And the theme of this year's celebration is A Better Africa for All.
Just a lovely day.
Oh, I feel great. I feel liberated because this is the birthday of Africa.
No matter the color of your skin, is all a mentality thing. We're all one. So let's come together, put aside color, put aside different races, we are one. One Africa.
I'm feeling very happy to be an African, and my message is to love one another.
At speech time, the speakers asked for more cooperation and collaboration, less borders, no discrimination and xenophobia, and more travel within Africa by Africans.
Travel across the continent and make this continent your own. Those Africans who hate Africans, who kill Africans, everywhere we see that, whether through xenophobia or just authoritarian regimes in our continent, that type of Africa is not the Africa we want.
What we have seen here today is a celebration of unity, and that is what Africa represents.
The audience seemed to totally agree with the great speeches. But how much greater it would be if the solidarity shown here could be translated to everyday life in African communities. From Yeoville in Johannesburg, Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10, match day 21 of the Nigeria Professional Football League records 10 wins as leaders Plateau United remain on top. That's on Sports News. Stay with us.